ladies and gentlemen, Trey Hendrickson.
Oh, what? These little Nike slip
Nice.
I want those Nike slip-ons.
Got tape on his finger still.
You probably just
Oh, he
messed
broke
up
his
a
finger, Ty.
Ty.
I had to check him.
Start on
Packer
Packless
fan.
now.
Watch
Check
it.
him.
Don't hurt your hand. Teddy Karras is over to the right.
Oh, Doug Goat.
Yeah.
Doug Goat.
Hey, baby, Teddy, good to see you, dude.
yeah,
Good to
Ted.
see you, Teddy.
Great to see you, Pat. Got a hat for you. You know I do.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear
we
what
gotta
Trey
bring
has
that
to
up.
Yeah,
say
can I
here
get
this
this?
morning.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Trey, obviously teammate there, Teddy Karras. What an absolute legend. Do you know that in his sophomore year of high school, he drank a gallon of milk every day because he was trying to gain weight?
I've heard the stories. I heard the vomiting stories, too.
Yeah. He said he got sick and he made him feel terrible, but it didn't work. But he just committed to it because he wanted to be an NFL guy, family and NFL guy. Let's talk about you. Trey, incredible. Hey, getting to the passer, buddy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And I mentioned it there. You're from Florida. You play in the cold. In Cincinnati is where I think you've kind of done your hello world, I'm a real player. How has Cincinnati been? Being in a cold-ass city during football season, how has that been? And what are your thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals 2024 season? That was.
Well, first off, I love Cincinnati. I mean, it's a home to me. My son was born there. Tremendous opportunity to play football at a high level. 2024 season, I think playoffs was the goal. Sitting out last 2 years was kind of tough. But end of the day, I think we did great, to rally around the guys we had and playing for a cause.
Yeah, it was a weird year. We were just talking to Fred Warner. Weird year for the Niners. Felt like a weird year for you guys because so many people were playing great, including you. So many people were playing great, but for one reason or another, it wasn't working out. When you look back on the year, and you guys went on that late run, obviously, when you look back on it, always had faith, going to make the playoffs, always had faith, we're going to be in this thing in the end, thought you had it on this team?
Yeah, I think, when you have a guy like Joe Burrow spinning it at a high level, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins catching the ball, Chase Brown running it, great O-line too, you have that offense set. Our defense kind of found our own groove coming into the end of the season, and credit to Lou Anarumo for, putting that together for us and leading us to a winning season.
So Lou Anarumo now with the Indianapolis Colts. He's a friend of the program.
Oh, yeah.
He's been on, Paisan. We've gotten a chance to chit-chat with him. What type of defense do you think he brings in Indianapolis whenever it comes to, like, the humans he's looking for? And how did you feel as Lou Anarumo, the coach for Trey Hendrickson?
Well, I was blessed to be productive under, his scheme, and I think he does a good job of making it a very open room, meaning like you can talk to him about scheme. This doesn't necessarily fit to what we think we're going to do to attack him. Very organic. And, he's a leader of elite men. He got guys at 4 and 8 to kind of rally behind a cause and, continue to win football games. And, I love him. He's a great friend to me. He was a mentor to me as well with the kind of some of the struggles that happen as you become a successful player, through that, he's been a tremendous mentor, and I wish him nothing but the best.
What do you mean about the struggles that come? First of all, I love hearing that about the new Indianapolis Colts defense coordinator. Shout out to Lou Anarumo.
Yeah. Shout out.
But whenever you say the struggles, whenever it comes to, like, becoming great, like, what do you mean by that?
It was one of those things that there were some question marks when I signed in Cincinnati originally, and he's always been there and supporting me in every direction that I had to go, and as I continued to grow as a player, to stay humble and, to be productive under his defense was special.
Did he say you should put gloves on?
He mentioned it a couple times. He saw me getting a little bloodied up, and he's like, "You probably should throw gloves on," but I'm too far gone.
Okay, so what is it? You like to feel it?
It's an old style mentality. I think tape does the job. Sam thinks I'm nuts, but it is what it is.
Hey, and what's on your finger there?
So this is like one of those boutonniere fingers. You got to keep it straight. Actually, this is like Sam's like his brace. Like he designed it. Obviously, it's mine, but this was his baby on paper. So it works like a dream. So it's healing great.
Okay, so your fingers are going to be nasty when you're done.
Hopefully not. They're doing well so far.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he does have straight fingers.
What happened to yours?
Yeah, what happened to you? These guys strike shot.
I wore gloves. That was my problem.
Oh, you think the gloves?
I think that's the problem.
Yeah, no, I wasn't tough enough.
So what is it? You put gloves on and you say,
I cannot imagine playing
back
without
in,
gloves.
I
back
couldn't
in New
mean either.
Orleans,
I wore one.
It was definitely one of those things that I slipped off Tyrod Taylor a couple times in preseason, sweaty gloves, and it's just like I've had enough of these. So, yeah.
Okay.
And then since then, it was just kind of like a mentality, and from there we just.
How are the
ran with it.
hands? How are the hands?
Hands feel great.
No, catching. Can you catch?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm all right. I played tight end in high school, so.
They need to let you get in there and just kind of slip
yeah.
out. D-Bud has a question for you, Trey.
Yeah, how frustrating is it now? How different is it now? Now that you're at the top of the league, you're not creeping up on anybody. You're a game record. So on Wednesdays, offenses are going in and putting you on the screen. Just led the league in sacks. So now how is your prep changed now going into Sundays?
Sack king. That's
Well,
cool.
I think you don't want to go too far away from the fundamentals and technique that get you to where you want to be. It's the small steps in life that get you, and it's the consistency of chopping wood every week that makes the tree fall. So
right.
I've been blessed to have an opportunity to rush at a high level. All credit to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm very thankful of that, and obviously being with great teammates and great schemes. Like I said, wish nothing but the best to Lou and all the teammates I've played with.
So when Jesus Christ blessed you with life,
Yeah.
okay, he said this guy's going to have a high motor, good get-off, explosion. What do you think you work on most? And what do you think is the thing that, you do well? What do you know is, the thing that you're great at?
Oh, well, I've been explosive. That's a good way of putting it. I think, you can kind of see at a young age that you can do those things and play football that way. But I've been blessed to have a lot of great coaches in my life. Ryan Nielsen when I was first drafted. Charlie Partridge, who's with the Colts as well, was my head coach at FAU. Fantastic coach. Fantastic. Yeah, he's a good dude. So, it's not just me. It's the people I've met along the way that have molded me and shaped me into who I am today.
Yeah, you've done the work, though.
Yeah, it's fun to put in work.
So you're from Popka?
Orlando, Florida, north of Popka.
And then you were down here in, obviously, Louisiana.
Yep, 4 years.
And you have Hello World Party in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And now the big question is, and I don't like to do this, but we got to. I want to let you know we asked Fred Warner some tough questions.
Yeah, two very tough ones, like the Mormon one.
He sat in the pocket.
That's a tough question.
He certainly did. It was
for sure.
Yeah, but he got it right. I think.
We'll see.
I'm going to act like it. I'm going to act like it was right.
Yeah.
Hashtag journalism. So when we're chatting about the Bengals, everybody needs paid.
Yep.
Everybody needs paid. Mm-hmm. Everybody. The same thing with the Niners. Every single year, the Niners deal with a similar situation. When you have a lot of great players, especially if you draft them, so they're coming up on their first big paydays, you kind of make them, and it kind of happens there. You got massive paydays around the corner, especially with where the NFL salaries are going. $275 million projected cap next year, but that could even go even more through the roof. You are at a position that is always going to be very, very important. Whenever all this shit is happening around you on your team, I don't think we've ever heard you talk about it at all. What is your mentality? Do you say, the business will take care of itself? I got to focus. How do you handle it all? And do you guys know the situation that is happening around you business-wise?
Well, credit to my wife. She has to listen to me when I go home. So, she's been such a blessing to kind of bounce ideas off of. But I think there's a time and a place. I think the offseason is a good spot to kind of address these kind of issues that do come up. And during the season, when you're talking about OTAs or camp, you don't want to become a distraction for the team, because inevitably the goal is to win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati. What that looks like this season, if it's something that we can agree on in terms, that would be great. Ideally, my wife and I would love to stay in Cincinnati. If it's something that helps the Bengals win a Super Bowl, if they get picks or anything like that, I want to help win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati if I'm there or not.
Okay, interesting, because Duke is speaking about it now. Duke Tobin, general manager for the Cincinnati Bengals. He was out at the Senior Bowl and he chit-chatted about it. And I don't even think we really were like, oh, Trey, there is a situation, because everything's on the offensive side. So going forward, this is something you have to experience and live life with right now. This is a part of your life right now, having to deal with what the future looks like.
Yeah, I would have preferred to kind of heard it differently than my dad texting me a tweet. That would have been great to kind of figure it out that way. But, obviously the table is being set in that way. But I love to play football. I love for my play to do the talking. And at the end of the day, I think the chips will fall where they're going to be. And like I said, whatever happens, I want to win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati.
Good time to be a sack king.
Pay the man.
Yeah.
Very good time.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Good time to be a sack king. Yeah. Good for you, Trey. No gloves. Don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be a distraction. Everybody else is pissed about their money.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, there's stuff. I'm not pissed, but I'm wondering.
I think you're doing all right.
Wondering.
I think
yeah.
you're doing all right.
Yeah, I think you're wondering. No, you. I'm talking about you.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Yeah, well, thank you. We are doing good. The crew is doing good. But I could see how you were wondering about, like, well, when am I allowed to, is there even I don't know how this, I don't want to distract anything from anybody. And you talked about winning a Super Bowl. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, dude.
Well, look, it's a kind of, there's a
It's
couple
hard
things
to
that you
win.
want to, like, you have to separate the business and the personal, like with my wife and my family, we're looking for like long-term security, guarantees. Those kind of things matter when you're playing a violent sport. And when you take the risk, we talked about it last year with the front office and things like that. And I have nothing but respect for them. They've taken care of my family beyond my wildest dreams. I was running down on special teams at like L3 in 2019. So to come this way and to be rewarded for the way I played in New Orleans, I'm very humbled and appreciative of the opportunity they gave me. I continue to chop wood, like I said, continue the hard work that the Lord has put on my heart, and, let the chips fall where they will.
The Lord dropping you at L3 is a wild place. You're way too big to be an L3. You are way too big to be an L3. I appreciate you saying that. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, we know you've had success playing against this Chiefs team, like especially individually. Like we know you can rush the passer. What does this Chiefs offense do that makes it so tough to beat them?
Well, I think you got a really special head coach, and then you have really talented quarterback, tight end, and a lot of key pieces. Then they like to have fun out there. Like they're John.
Can you tell, like, in the biggest games, you can hear them talking, like, does it look like it's a collaborative effort?
Yeah, and they look like very, very smooth too, But I mean, again, credit to Lou. We've had their number a couple times. They've had our number. It's been great games. And it's fun to sack. Pat Mahomes.
It's fun to watch your highlights too.
Yeah, I saw it over there in the corner. But he's a tremendous quarterback, and he's been in such big games very often. And credit to him and what he's done for his team.
What was that celebration there? I saw at the end we gave a kiss up to the Lord, I believe.
Yeah.
Did you do arms straight out?
Yeah, that's a credit to like Demario Davis. He had that one. That's the Lord, he's been good to me. Yeah, so
Oh, so that's Jesus on the cross right there?
Hell yeah.
Everything that I am, I want to be, given to the Lord. It's not for me to take ownership of these things. I've been blessed to have very humble parents and humble upbringing. My brother's here with me today.
Tall.
Great kid.
Big
yeah.
SOB.
Yeah.
So like
Lord planted tall trees with the head.
yeah. But just good people, and everything I am and everything I do, I want to glorify the Lord with it.
Love everything about it. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Trey. I mean, we'll see how everything works out, but it feels like you and T. Higgins are going to look great in New England. But when it comes to the season, how was the Hard Knocks experience? Obviously, you mentioned you don't really do media that much. Ted said it too. Like, how was that kind of dealing with cameras and microphones all over the place when obviously that hadn't happened in the past?
Yeah, I think it was just good to be yourself. It was different for sure. I mean, you got cameras that would rotate every once in a while, and then you're on camera for the rest of the day. You got guys mic'd up that normally aren't. It was an interesting experience. It also got to see like how other teams practiced in our division. And
oh yeah,
that was a cool experience. But would I sign up for it every year? Probably not.
Okay, yeah. I think everybody that's ever done it says the same exact thing. We enjoyed watching, if it means anything. Do you lotion 5-6 times a day, face?
No.
How old are you?
30 years old.
Look great.
Wow.
Good skin.
Could have been 20.
Appreciate the compliments.
Good for your face, dude.
Am I blushing?
I don't think you can.
No.
I don't know if you have the
I can't.
possibility.
Yeah, I can't blush.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Tone has a question for you. Man.
Yeah, speaking of the division, what is it about the AFC North? Obviously, you're the sack king now. Miles has been the sack king. TJ's been the sack king. The Ravens always have someone. I think Kyle Van Noy had 12 or 13 this year. What do you think it is about the AFC North that just breeds pass rushers?
Well, it sounds a little bit like the 2017 draft, but yeah, no, it is.
Is that real?
Oh yeah,
That whole group's 2017?
Yeah, Van Noy might not be, but he's amazing. He was just at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
Great guy.
he's 07, I think.
Yeah, he's
Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a gritty division. I think it's like old style football, and these old rivalries to be a part of is so sick. I love the AFC North. I love playing for the Cincinnati side of it as well. It's been so fun to get into these fistfights with really talented quarterbacks, really good defenses, and obviously watch Joe spin it.
What's Joe like day to day?
He's great. You know, he definitely keeps to his own, but he works hard. He's an example for other guys on the team.
He's all super cool looking.
Yeah. He's a cool guy, but you know, like the want to and the grit, I think those are the things that go unnoticed. You know, he doesn't complain when he gets hit. He doesn't really do any of that stuff, and he spins it at like an extremely high level.
Yeah, very high level. I mean, he hits a keyhole if he needed to. He, his first couple years, he wanted to take a hit. Remember that?
Yeah.
He's an Ohio guy.
Wake him up.
Gotta wake him up.
I actually
Yeah,
like
man.
taking a shot, he said. And everybody, I'm not saying it was just us, but everybody was like, hey, we need to get over that. We need to start waking up without taking hits. He was taking massive shots. Was it the Eagles?
Yeah, head dislodged from body.
And then he came back.
Yeah.
And he came back in the game. Yeah, Joe's
Absolute
immensely
stud.
tough. Nobody really talks about it. When he's playing, you guys are much different. Why do you guys start slow?
Well, you know, that's a question for you. You know, we
Tell us.
Because I was talking about Joe. Joe didn't have training camp for multiple years, right?
Yeah.
And then this year he had training camp. So we thought that this was going to be the best year. That's how we got there, Trey. I just want a little peek inside my mind.
No doubt.
That is how we got to where we were saying, why do you guys start so slow?
Good question. Yeah, starting slow is not something that I think we all have on the drawing board to do every year. But it has happened that way. But we do a good job of digging out of a hole. I mean, we find a way to have winning seasons for Zac, and you know, that's one of the things in football is facing adversity. I think it's a great teacher in life. You know, so to kind of find out what we're made of early and often. It's worked. So
You guys are so dangerous. You do that from the beginning of the season. Imagine if they play like from the beginning of the season.
They'd probably be playing right now.
There's a chance.
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
They had been here.
I imagine.
Possible.
There is a chance. There's 100. You guys getting to the dance? I don't think anybody wanted to see you. Right?
no doubt.
That was a
Yeah.
conversation.
That was like everybody was talking about it, and then obviously lurking.
No
with the
doubt.
Dolphins and the Colts.
I think, like I said, that's the talent of our offense, you know, and I can't say enough about, like, you know, Joe, Jamar, and T. And, you know, specifically T, you know, because there's a lot going on in his situation as well. I mean, for a guy to take that kind of a role where on 31 other teams he's going to be wide receiver 1, and then here he's accepting a role in wide receiver 2.
Not
I
in
think
Minnesota. Not
I think
in
it's a very, well, you know, maybe a similar role. Maybe a similar role.
Yeah.
LSU guys.
I'm sorry to go through it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
LSU guys. Well, you got to give him a shot at
Okay,
wide
we'll
receiver
give him
first.
28. We'll give him 28 too.
Let him,
We'll give him
let him
28
be wide
too.
receiver 1
go through
first,
'em.
and then let's see where the chips fall because he's a monster.
He'd be one, and yeah. I mean, T is an absolute beast.
Monster.
Would be
Got to give him
number
a
one.
shot at wide receiver 1 for a season. Let's see how it all plays out, if it does or if it doesn't.
Oh, Trey's saying, yeah, I'm talking to everybody.
If he does.
Let's see what this guy does.
Well, in games where
he's
Jamar's
amazing.
been out, he's gone off and
He's
everything.
gone crazy. So I'm just saying, like, I respect his game. I respect that he's very humble. I think he's a great guy. Same thing with Jamar, you know, for how he handled adversity as well. Tremendous
Yeah, it
respect
is
for him.
an interesting perspective that we haven't talked about yet. If T is just cool with being the number 2 guy, just goes about his business, signs franchise tag, all right, I'll do it. Let's go. Whenever at the wide receiver position.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah, if it ever happens.
Very
you know,
rare.
If
Very,
it doesn't
very
happen and we're all there, that's the ideal. I mean, I love being his teammate. I mean, he's a fantastic guy and works hard. You know, I got that jersey for my for the room at the end of the career. So
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a special talent.
Where end of career you'll be back in Florida? How's the fishing? You fish, you golf. What Florida shit do you do?
I'm working on all those things. You know, those are things that we definitely did growing up, but I don't think I'm at any level to be like an expert fisherman or an expert golfer.
Any
but,
hobbies?
both of those are pretty great. Bowling's fun too.
Oh, hell
Bowling.
Yeah. Oh, hell
Bowling's pretty
yeah.
good.
Love
You
bowling.
got your own ball?
I'm telling, yeah, I got.
Oh, so you have, like, a roller
That's the
bag and
only
everything?
way. If somebody says
Own
they love
shoes?
bowling and they don't have their own ball, just walk away.
So what's
never
your
mind.
average then? Do you have like an average what you shoot?
You know, that's something that we were kind of working on for a groove there. My dad was over 200 a lot. I was right in the
guys-
175s.
Okay, you guys are real
You
bowlers.
grew up
We're
in
trying.
an alley?
We were in and out of them. You know, it was something that my brother and my dad started to pick up towards an off season here and there.
How's the billiards?
Not as good as I should be.
You
know.
smoke cigs in there when you're bowling?
You
Don't
should.
lie.
No,
Don't
no,
lie.
no.
Maybe
No
someday.
cigarettes.
Can
thank
you read the oil patterns?
Say what?
Can you read the oil patterns on the lanes or no?
What do? You check the
You
watch?
definitely see if it's slick or not real quick, because if your ball's not spinning, it's a bad lane.
Which one are we sitting on? Are we going the 2
About
triangles?
3 over.
You're 3 triangles.
Yeah, and give it a good
Who's the GOAT?
once over. Who's that guy that has that?
Norm?
Yep.
Two-handed.
We know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Pete Weber?
Pete Weber.
Yeah, Pete,
I
Pete
think
Weber.
so.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Pete Weber.
What about the two-handed
The
wonder
goat.
from Down Under?
Rick Kenmore.
Yeah, it really changed the game.
Now, you guys are watching bowling. This is a
Oh, yeah.
completely
Yeah.
different discussion.
Yeah, you walked into this. You're the one that
Absolutely.
said it, not
Yeah.
us. We don't get to
I'm
talk
a-
about bowling much
Guess
Hey,
more.
what's
look,
on
let's go back to
Sundays?
fishing. I'm reeling this one in.
Okay, Kevin Van Dam.
Van
You're talking about Kevin
You
Van
guys are all
Dam.
over it.
You're talking about Kevin Van Dam.
Sports show.
KVD. Oi! 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 Yeah, he's pulling fish out of any water, brother.
This is tremendous.
Thank you. It's a
Right.
show.
Yeah.
Ty has a question for you.
Going back to the slow starts, and you mentioned Zac.
Yes.
I feel like in this Super Bowl, a lot of people all season were talking about Nick Sirianni and saying, hey, this guy's a big dumb dipshit. Okay, he's kind of just lucky that he's the coach of the Eagles. It seems like Zac gets a lot of that as well, and we saw a little bit of how he is, in team meetings on Hard Knocks and everything. But what's your relationship like with him? Because when he went to the Super Bowl, everyone's saying, okay, here's the guy. This is the McVay's protege. But then the next couple years, it's like, we got to get this guy the hell out of here. He's ruining Joe Burrow. What's he like in front of the team, and what's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, I definitely think it's not the same narrative as any of that would be. I think he's tremendous. Like, he's a leader of elite men as well. Makes a lot of big decisions. I've had some good conversations with him. I love him. I think he's great. He calls a great offense. Obviously, when you're talking about the guys had the success that they've had, he's putting guys in the right position. Guys are getting open, and he's smart enough to be in that McVay system. I heard some of the calls on Hard Knocks. I didn't listen too much because we do play against them every day. It's kind of a little low blow, but
Jeez.
But yeah, no, they have a great system. I think he's a great coach. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else or coached by anybody else. And that's obviously the goal for this offseason.
You go down to that watering hole he always takes the game ball to? What's that bar?
Yeah.
I was just there.
You were just there?
That's a Ted question.
When I went to
Did he walk
Steelers-
away already?
Steelers-Bengals game.
He's in all those watering holes.
Love Ted.
It's an Irish name. There's an Irish name to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's Thomas right there. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now as the Marines are celebrating their 250th birthday. I believe we have the two Marines that are going to be doing the flyover. Gentlemen, we appreciate the hell out of it. Hey, hold on. We got to turn on your mic. We got you muted. Oh, these guys hate the troops in a minute.
Wow.
Jeez.
Canadian.
Hey, first of all, thank you,
Yeah,
gentlemen, for your
Canada.
service. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We really do.
Legitimately. Okay, so you guys are doing the flyovers. What are your names?
I'm Justin Pitcock,
Yeah, but your title, what should I?
Major Justin Pitcock. I'm a V-22 Osprey pilot.
Okay,
Osprey's
Major.
a beast.
Okay, Major.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Mike Thiesing.
Okay, so we got a Major and Lieutenant Colonel here.
That's right.
Okay, you guys will be doing the flyover on Sunday?
We absolutely will be.
Can't wait.
Okay, what are we flying over there?
We got 4 MV-22s, and then there it is right there.
Oh,
That's
shit.
sweet.
A sexy machine right
That's
there.
actually me flying yesterday. We did a practice run, and so I'm in the right seat. But we got 4 of those bad boys, and then we're going to have 2 F-35s.
Okay, so the timing obviously is the biggest part of this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
How much practice are we doing? How much are we rehearsing? And when do you guys find out you're doing it?
So we practiced yesterday. We're practicing again on Friday. You're invited to that if you'd like to come.
Yeah, do you want to go flying on Friday?
What?
Can he parachute out of it?
We don't want to have anybody we don't carry parachutes. Parachutes are for quitters.
Yes!
I love that.
But if you want to go, we'll grip it and rip it and do another practice run.
The grip it and rip it thing is the thing that I fear, because I will yam it all over that entire place. What time is that all happening?
So we're going to do the flyover around 16 to 1800 or so. So 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock for all you non-military folks.
Okay, yeah, thank you. We're doing the math there. 12, I think, is involved. I got to subtract this entire thing. How many years of service from you two gentlemen?
So I've been in for 19 years.
18 for me.
We appreciate you, boys.
Legends.
Where are you guys from? Where are you from, Major?
I'm from Texas, from East Texas right now, Nacogdoches. Not far from where Patrick Mahomes was born and raised.
Okay, so you always been a pilot? You got in the Marines to be a pilot, or how'd this work?
9/11 happened my freshman year, so I was looking for a way to serve, but always been interested in the air, and Marines afforded that opportunity.
Okay, so a lot of Marines air, everybody thinks Air Force obviously in the sky, but the Marines, we have a lot of history right in the sky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Naval aviation goes way back, and the Marine Corps has been part of it from the beginning.
And how about you, Lieutenant Colonel?
Yeah, so I grew up in Houston, Texas, originally from Ohio. I'm an Ohio State alum, OH.
Go, IO, buddy.
And a great win. Oh, I loved it.
And congrats,
Every
Natty.
second.
Congrats on the national.
Yes.
But yeah, so I grew up outside of Texas, but then lived all over. And right now I live in Charlotte.
Okay, we're always going to be in the sky. We're going to be pilots.
Always wanted to be a pilot from
100%.
from birth. Absolutely.
Okay, and when you're pulling the G's, you're not puking or any of that shit? Because you
That depends on you. That's not my problem.
No, okay, so you never.
I've never thrown
Did
up.
you puke early? You didn't puke early when you first started out?
No, never.
You guys are born.
What all have you flown?
do.
What's the craziest thing that we have that we don't know about, maybe?
That we've flown?
Yes.
Or that we've done?
That you've flown and done. I guess you could do both.
Well, I can tell you some crazy stuff that we've done. Not on the mic,
On
but
Friday when you come.
on a Friday we'll tell you all types of crazy stuff.
I won't
But
be able to hear it. I'll be
That's
puking.
classified.
But
Ever
what,
seen a UFO?
how about, what
Yeah,
about
how many?
UFOs?
UFOs.
I have not.
Oh, Major!
I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
All right, you got me. You got
I
me.
cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you flown anything that you thought to yourself, wow, this is like a ET type vehicle here? There's some technology on
Well,
this.
if you look at that Osprey again, I mean that thing. So that Osprey can take off like a helicopter and fly like an airplane. So those big rotors on the side there, we'll flip them up, and so we can take off and land like a helicopter, and then we'll transition them down to that vertical.
Let's be
space
honest.
that-
Some people look at what we look like and they think, "Whoa, that must be not from this planet, right?" So we get mistaken, maybe.
Yeah, because we got some shit. Like this is insane. So it takes off from a standstill. How fast can it go?
Well, so for the flyover, we're going to be about 250 knots, which is just about 300 miles an hour.
Is
Yeah,
it
we're
different?
gonna
Does
be
it-
humming.
Does it make the flyover different? The fact that it's a dome down here?
So no, it's a great question. So that we've been working with NFL, the films, and all the video, Fox, and all those guys. And on Friday, they're going to be doing a lot of filming, and they'll have stuff on top of the dome. And then during the actual flyover day, there'll be cameras everywhere capturing it, so the folks inside the dome will get to see it.
Nice.
What's the helicopter jet thing that we have that's awesome, normally used for? What would that be used for?
Laying scunion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Killing
we're
enemies.
bringing Marines. We'll drop off Marines and deliver hate and discontent all around the world.
Yes.
Lift and destroy.
Get to love. Sometimes you got to go through hate. And we appreciate the hell out of you. Happy birthday to the Marines.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys for serving. And when we scream, "Hoorah!" is that massively disrespectful to you guys?
No, it's not.
Massively exciting.
Okay, it's massively exciting. Keep it going. Actually, get pretty jacked up right now. All right, hey, we appreciate you, Major, Lieutenant Colonel. Thank you so much, and can't wait to see you on Sunday, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Good luck.
So I qualify for that invite, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So
You can take my spot, actually.
Funny enough, gonna need you to go.
Yeah, we need you to film it, too, so we could say, that was part of it. It is an honor to get asked. And I've been very fortunate to do a lot of work with the military. Very thankful for the military and the people that I've met. Went over to Japan on a USO tour, been to a bunch of bases. They're a great group of people, obviously. Heroes walking amongst us. And it's always an honor to be asked, and anytime you get a challenge going, obviously, it's something that is incredibly humbling, I'll say, in the moment. I don't think you're going to see me on one of those planes. I don't think you're going to see me on that thing.
Have you been in one before?
So Blue Angels, they asked me to do it. I watched a couple videos of people doing it, and I'm like, yep, that's who I am. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to puke all over this thing. Incredible honor. I went and watched the show. Said, hey, he did a great job.
Yeah.
That was an honor to watch. I can't believe we have that much control of fighter jets.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't believe they're just flying
Oh, my God.
400 miles an hour, just like that. And then just, we're all going to turn left. And that happens in Indy every single year. And since we're so close to the airport, their practices fly over the Thunderdome. And we're seeing them at like 400 feet above the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then straight up in the air. And it's like, I'm not built for that. But my body's not built for that. Tom Cruise in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I am at 1G.
Going supersonic.
I can't begin into it. But shout out to them. That's going to be an awesome
Glenn Powell did a documentary on it. It was awesome.
Let's talk about Joe Tooney, especially with Trey Hendrickson here. He's a guard. Obviously, the story has been told numerous times on this program and throughout all of sports because it's a big deal. This guy's like a Hall of Fame guard. They've had to cycle through tackles. He bounces out to tackle for the playoffs. Has done well. They've won games. Now, AQ Shipley, offensive lineman, says they're kind of protecting him. They're kind of protecting him a little bit. All RPOs, not putting him out on an island. That's because Andy Reid's a good coach, and everybody needs to do that. But what he's saying is the guy's body type is not built to be a tackle. That's just a matter of fact. Whenever you're looking at a tackle that you're going to be taking on, what are you studying? What are you thinking about? And who do you hate the most? What style of tackle do you hate the most?
Well, ironically, I think it's all going to kind of come together. So I actually played him at tackle. Orlando went down with a calf. I think it was 2021, and we went a full game that way. Me and Thuney. He was great. He played well at tackle. I do think he got a little bit of that help a little bit there. But he's a heck of a talent, But Orlando Brown, now that we got him in Cincinnati,
Zeus, right?
There's just not a lot of ways to attack a guy like that. I mean, he's got long arms, quick feet, incredibly talented. I can talk about my teammates for a while, but when I went up against him, we would not only go at it physically, but we were jawing too.
How about like a Deion Dawkins? Whenever he does that, I'm smarter than you move.
Yeah, Deion's a problem too. Like he knows how to play the game within the game as well. He's got a quick get off the line. He definitely anticipates things, and his set is very unique as well. He drops with like a lot of vertical depth. That poses a couple challenges if you're trying to get a guy like Josh Allen as well, because he's very mobile, so you don't want to go inside too quickly, because then you're leaving your whole defense pretty exposed.
What are you looking at, ball or knee?
I think every good rusher should have like a triangle where it's, ball is key. And then the man is obviously anticipating the ball. And then the quarterback who's calling for the ball is going to give you a tell or two. But some of the vets are flashing hands and stuff like that. So exactly.
Wow. He didn't jump.
Wow.
I didn't jump?
Wow.
Okay, good.
That's incredible.
I think a part of me left.
I thought I had a pretty good game.
Had him. Yeah.
Could you imagine if you jumped off? I would have.
Yeah.
Got him. Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
I'm not your puppet, dude. Okay? I'm not jumping offside just because you yelled in my face. But that would be impossible. I don't know how you don't, especially with some of these cadences.
I've had a couple. Cam Newton had a great, he'd get after it. Drew Brees as well in practice, 2-minute drills. I gave Dennis Allen a couple gray hairs. So it was a grind.
You ever play against Romo? Romo's hard count.
I think
What
we
is
played
it?
him.
Let me.
I think that might have been one of the special teams years, but
Okay, I was like, just like a why
his was better. Yours was definitely better.
Well, I wasn't Romo.
Yeah, that's Romo.
That was Romo.
No, I
That's
mean
right, maybe
just not
Sonny
making
Phil.
me jump off sides. I mean,
Okay,
you got to
Romo.
give a real
That's
set.
Tony Romo.
Go ahead, give.
Here we go.
That's Tony Romo.
That was Tony Romo. I don't really have one of my own.
Yeah, I did my own. He did Tony Romo. You just said my cadence.
So yours is better
My
than
bad.
Tony Romo.
So good to
Bingo.
know. Yeah, good to
you're
know.
better.
Romo's in top
An
tier.
impersonation of Tony
I
Romo.
actually
Bingo.
got some people on field goals.
All right.
Nobody's going to talk about it.
No big deal.
Is that the hand? This is the.
No, I think it's because they made rules you weren't allowed to move your hand towards the line of scrimmage. I wasn't allowed to move my head at all. So it had to be like, it had to be that number there because the guy on the edge is up on a razor's edge. So,
Hair trigger.
Yeah,
He's going.
If you can get a little bit, it's like you can steal first down. I got a couple of them. It's a big deal. Now, also, I got called for a couple, and Vinny had to kick a further kick. So. Yeah, no big deal. AJ has a question for you, Trey, as we wrap up hour 2 here from Radio Row.
When you talk about pass rushers, I know a lot of guys have like separate pass rush specialists they work with. Do you work with anybody like that? I know there's guys that sometimes will come into a camp or maybe in the off season where you work on a guy like the hands dude. We still have these martial arts people. Do you do anything like that in the off season?
Yeah, not really for me, but I'm never one to say that the stuff doesn't work. But for me, I like to do what my coach is teaching me. I think that's something that a lot of players get lost in. You can learn a lot of things, and if your coach isn't coaching it, I don't think that helps too much for the defense or the scheme. So, I tend to kind of shy away from that. I'm trying to get faster and stronger and mentally sharper every offseason, and those are the things I keep stacking bricks, and then, we let the chips fall where they will.
Does everything come from you're the threat of power, like speed to power? Like this dude needs to know that I can bull rush him and I can do everything else off of that. I think you're so good with your hands, but your power, like you just take dudes right into the quarterback, and then your handwork is impressive getting off and getting to him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just see that rush, right? Like they don't see the setup that comes, within
Chess,
the game.
we're playing here.
You're kind of setting that up with power rushes, and they're feeling power. This is like driving them back as you.
Power, you feel power.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's kind of like the game within the game. You get tackles that'll do that too. They'll throw a soft set on the outside, and make you think in different rush as well. So it's all it goes that way, and obviously playing with the lead helps with Joe Burrow. So that always makes things easier.
Is it fair for me to say, like, it looks like this guy's trying on this play, but not this other play? Or is that a potential setup play? on the one where he's not trying. And maybe I'm misjudging. Go ahead.
Yeah, like when Patrick Ricard's in the game, do you maybe kind of take it easy
A little
bit
business
against
decision?
the Ravens?
Yeah, I think
Big son
I'm
of a
just
bitch.
shocked that he's still a fullback. At some point they got to say he's like a T tackle. He's 320 pounds and every bit of it, and he's a stud. I met his family at the Pro Bowl a couple times. He's a good dude. Heck of a competitor as well. So nothing but good things to say about him.
You got a locker there at the Pro Bowl, huh? Just every year I'm coming.
You tried the Pro Bowl, or
How was, yeah. What did the Pro Bowl games like this year?
Oh, it was fun. I can't believe that guys all over the place come together and won. It's a really special environment. Elite players all over the country.
I think so. It felt like there was more effort this year, too.
Oh yeah,
Felt like there was a little more
Close
effort.
to home.
and they make it so fun too. The Pro Bowl games, they're interacting. It's all for the kids as well. It's inspiring kids to do flag football and stuff like that, and taking miles off the car before it starts. So
To D-Butch's point, you're a Florida boy, right?
yeah.
Have a lot of family there, friends watching his Pro Bowl. They filled that stadium up.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
We won a state championship in that Popka High School 2012 in that stadium. It's now Camping World. It was it was renamed, I think. But that was a fun environment.
I thank you for joining us for this hour. To wrap up our day here on ESPN as we continue on ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, YouTube, and TikTok Live. There's some local chefs, it appears. This was not set up. This was not prepared. This was just something that just literally showed up. Shout out to Radio Row having this. Wow. What do we got here, boss? What do we got here, chef?
We got a 12-hour smoked bone-in short rib sandwich. Little crystal hot sauce, vinaigrette on top.
Any gator?
Appreciate you guys. Where's this from?
This is from Sodexo Live here in the building.
Sodexo Live. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. Have a great Super Bowl week. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Chef. That's a lot of meat there, Trey Hendrickson. That's a lot of meat. We'll enjoy all of that and the rest of this particular program live from Radio Row. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Never forget it. We'll see you tomorrow on ESPN. We continue on the internet. Goodbye. I think we nailed it. We're still live, Trey. Still live, Trey. We're still live, Trey. Don't say anything.
Easy.
Yep.
still live on the YouTube.
Unless you want to say you want to go to New England.
Or you maybe want to come on over to Indianapolis, Indiana.
Think about it.
I think I like where I'm at in Cincinnati, but let's see. There's a lot of things that have to happen, but all of that's out of my control.
Got money for you.
That's a big piece of beef.
That's a sandwich. And I don't know how you eat the sandwich with the bone in it.
Impossible.
But the bone, that's going to be a tough eat, I think. But I do appreciate the fact that they're like, hey, listen, we don't want to take off the bone for you because that gets away the flavor. I don't know if I'm beating that, but it looks good.
Yeah, some of that beef.
You don't need to eat the bread.
New Orleans food is like something they're known for, right? The food down here.
Oh, yeah.
The chefs down here.
Yep.
Everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite food? Are you a super
I'm not
super
a huge
diet?
foodie. No, I've been blessed to have a chef. Obviously, she cooks for my wife and I.
Amen. Jesus Christ, brought a chef.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Yeah, definitely are blessing the food for sure. But
What are we eating?
It changes up week to week. I'm a big chicken fajitas guy though. I think that's a staple in the family. So that's definitely the cheat meal
Cheese
too.
coming out sizzling on the plate.
Any good
How was that?
boys?
Solid.
Any gator?
Top notch.
Yeah, you like gator down here?
You ever eat gator?
Fried gator.
You ever eat gator, boy?
I have had gator, and it's all right.
What do we do? We eat that on a sandwich with the gator? Or
Fried
we eat that
po' boy.
The pasta gator?
Gator on
Yeah,
a stick.
gator po' boy. Yeah,
Gator on
I've
stick.
had
That's
it.
good.
Gator on a stick.
Good, got gator on a stick.
One of my favorites.
Been a while since I've been in New Orleans.
You ever
Now
hunt
it
in
feels-
gator? You
Feels
ever
like
go
I'm back now.
Feels like he's home.
You ever go hunting in gator?
Occasionally,
airboat.
yeah, it happens.
Have you ever gone?
I've been invited for sure.
So I've gone hogging and frogging. I've never gone gator hunting though, but I've done like a Louisiana thing.
Still gator.
You watch the swamp, swamp people.
Sure.
It's a gator on like a string, yeah.
No.
It's
What?
Not much of a.
I got
not
to
much
shoot
of
him
a-
right in the direct
No,
in his
yeah.
brain.
What?
Right in his head.
Gators.
Gator swim wherever
It's
they
like
want.
hunting. It's like you're tracking them down and stuff. I don't hunt either. I'm just saying. Like,
What?
how's
You
it go?
just said the gator hunt?
They club him. You got to kill gator.
No.
It's like a bang stick, right? You just.
What are you talking
No,
about?
you don't know about those gators.
Those are free,
No, I'm
You don't
wrong.
know about these
those are
gators.
free-range gators.
Yeah, you lure
hit
him
with a
in.
bat. You hit him in the head with a bat.
Oh, that's
they
right.
do.
I forgot. It's
No,
like
they-
sharks.
Yeah.
You lure them in.
With a gator.
Yeah, you chum with the gators.
Them gators pop up and they shoot them right in between the eyes.
Yeah.
They got you because they got armor on.
Exactly.
That's gator hunting.
I'm now educated.
Good gator kill.
I'm happy we could bring something to you. I love eating that gator.
I love eating gator. That's
Gator
why I'm
boots,
glad they
gator
hunt 'em.
belts, gator wallets.
All right. We appreciate you stopping by, Trey.
Appreciate it.
We really got better today.
Yeah, so did I.
We hope you feel that way.
I did.
We hope that you exit this stage a better you than whenever you came on here.
And you did great. You didn't suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Are you selling something?
Approval.
No.
You're selling
Let's
approval?
let's see the shots. Like, come on. You talked about the.
You want to shoot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Trey.
Now I heard they're like foam though.
Those beads are kind of messing.
Yeah.
Those beads on the rim are making it a little.
I recommend going with the bank here.
So how many shots before? Because like Fred was talking about the discretion too. Like,
Hold on.
how
Hold on.
many?
Don't give away the gimmick, brother. Every time's the first time.
All right, every time's first time.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Wow.
light.
It's quality.
It's a bad
no,
ball.
No, it's
Oh, is it good?
it's well done.
Not great.
Well, hold on, Trey. You're kind of.
I said it's well done.
Yeah, but you're looking at us as if we bought these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we
Oh.
did it. Hold on,
It's good defense.
Good block it.
ladies and gentlemen. Trey Hendrickson, pass rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals, a man who wears no gloves on a football field in 2025 when technology has got to a point where they make gloves that don't even feel like gloves anymore. He says, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be tracked.
Can't have it.
Don't want to be trapped.
I want these bare mitts to be ripping jerseys and tackling quarterbacks. He's here with no business. Tomorrow you will be here for,
Business.
which is the company of.
Old Spice.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
That'd be
Solid.
good.
Solid.
Quality company.
That was good.
No
Great
dove.
company.
but-
For
That was
the
a good
record,
plug.
yeah.
Yeah, Dove Men Care a little bit, whole body Dio. You should. I wish we had some right now.
I know.
So good. I got some in my backpack.
Let's make sure we have those out here for the future.
No doubt.
It's an old bottle I've had forever because it lasts so long.
Yeah, it never ends.
It's not the new
Old
body.
Spice. Yep, Old Spice.
Dove.
We don't know about their bottle. We don't know their bottle.
That's tomorrow, Trey. Say
We
that.
don't know their bottle.
Got it.
We know our bottle, the Dove Men Care whole body Dio. Two different smells, one great outcome.
Like the Clash of Titans.
You don't
Yeah.
smell like shit anymore. Shout out to Dove Men Care, whole body Dio. And also, shout out to Old Spice, paying our guy here.
Shout out.
Representing our guy, getting behind our guy.
I guess.
Thank you.
This guy just wants to provide for his family by tackling quarterbacks. Wants it to be fair. Well, how about winning 50 people $500, Trey Hendrickson?
Wow.
You can come down here to New Orleans, sit on a set that was put together that's way too nice than what we deserve, put one basketball that's kind of light and a little
Very slick.
into a basketball hoop right over here, and 50 people will win $500. Be an athlete, Trey. Be an athlete, Trey, for the people.
I thought that was it.
That was good for a shot. Confident.
You gator armed it.
Ooh, that is.
You did kind of
Gator
gate on
Yeah, it
that.
was a little bit of a gate.
That was a little bit of a gate on.
All right, so how many? Two more?
This is the
One
first-
more. All right,
this is
the
the
next
first
one's the
one.
first one.
This is your first one.
Next
Fine.
one's the first one.
Just,
This is the first
hey,
Got
you,
it.
you get the ball in your hand and you just like,
I'm coachable.
great to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
I'm coachable.
And I'm even holding this so it looks like maybe it was the first shot.
Yep.
You know, because I'm holding the backup
Yeah.
ball right here. You have no idea. These people are certainly going to remember that you missed one pretty short there.
1.1.
Pretty short there. And to be clear, I don't know if you got to a point where it would even get into hoop.
No.
Especially with the jingle bells beads across the top, which what did our rim do to get those?
So
Huh? You know what I'm talking about? Jesus Christ ain't talking about it.
Uh-oh. That was gross.
Trey Hendrickson, for the good of
First shot.
70.
First shot.
Here we go. First
Don't have to say it.
First
Guy
try,
gets it.
Trey.
You don't
Guy
have to
gets
say it, Trey. 75 people, $500.
What?
All you got to do is put that basketball with a busted ring finger into that hoop right over there, and 75 people win $500 because thank God for Trey Hendrickson.
Thank God for Trey.
Amen.
Thank God for Trey Hendrickson.
Too many straight shots. Bank's open.
That
fellas.
was unbelievable.
Bank's open.
Okay.
All right.
75 people, $500. All you can do is repost this post, say something nice to somebody in the reply, and put the
So do
easiest way to pay you. What a start to Super Bowl week down here at the Convention Center.
Bank's open.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the third hour. I assume it's going to be absurd. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Trey, good luck with everything.
Appreciate you.
Personal, business, football, you name it.
All right.
We're in this thing together. Take 5.